we go. Why you just staring with your mouth open like that?
I can see you laughing, but I can't hear it. So it was just like your mouth was open.
I wasn't laughing. I was looking at you.
Like you were yawning with with a smile. That's why I was very confused. And
I
you
was
just broke into laughter.
I looked down and then I looked up at you and your mouth is just open.
I was waiting for you to go like 3, 2, 1.
I said, "Here we go."
Yeah, but I expected like a countdown or something. That's what threw me off. I
Anyway,
know. I know. Are we on right now?
it is recording.
Oh, good. Okay. People. Hey, everybody. It's your business. It's your boy. I need my air horn. My air horn. I can't find my Steam Deck. I need to find this.
In the Discord. What are you talking about?
I want my air horn. I don't want that one. I want my air horn. Understand?
Well, welcome back to the Wrasslin Room. I am Bailey's ponytail. And I have my lovely co-host here with me.
I'm Rey Mysterio's mask. His mask says mask on the bottom. If you didn't know, well, some of his old masks he said mask on the bottom. I think that's funny. I think I'm like that zebra mask he had on when he fought like Chris Jericho or something. I like that zebra mask. That's a nice mask. Rey Mysterio.
You guys can see us.
I
If
hope so. Shit.
if you're if you're on whichever platform allows you to see us, I should say.
Yeah.
Um, we have some shit to talk about. I wanted to do a bonus episode last week, after I got off of work because SmackDown just decided to like rip my fucking hair out and I had wrote mad notes and I wanted to talk about them, but we never got around to doing that bonus episode and I'm kinda happy because we can like extend life here and go into depth about what the fuck I wanted to scream about. And
Scream.
like when I say that, I'm dead ass. Like look at my notes.
Damn.
Yeah, I was not playing at
All
all.
right. I'm excited.
We do have some questions from Blue Sky as well. Well, not questions. We have some what ifs from Blue Sky, so we're gonna probably go over there and read some of those off too, as well as some of our own what ifs. WWE just ran 3 hours of New Day matches. And the last match that they ran resulted in Xavier Woods throwing a fucking trumpet at whoever the fuck's back that was. And then them climbing to the top of the fucking. He beamed that shit. I was just like, I don't know what
Throw
year
my
it
sister
was.
out there?
I have no idea what year that was because the Usos were still wearing face paint. So I have no fucking
Oh God. That was like oh
idea what year
like
that was.
2014. Oh my goodness.
But the fucking tag belts, like the straps looked green. And it was still like gold in the middle. So I don't know. Like again, I don't know what fucking year that was.
Oh no.
But that shit was crazy.
Sheesh. I don't know how long they were in the face paint. I just remember like that 1 year, and then next thing you know, they were wearing black and screaming at me. So I mean,
I don't think that's accurate.
that's the only thing I remember. I remember like them coming out with the orange and the face paint and the fire, and then they were telling me about lockdown like very shortly after. That's all I.
Didn't start until like 2016, 2017.
And that means they were wearing face paint for 2 years, damn near. Well, a little as far as I remember. I don't even know when they. No, no, no. When did they debut with Tamina?
They debuted in 2010, 2000. They signed in '09. I believe they debuted like 2010.
Okay, so yeah, so 2 of those years they weren't wearing face paint. They were just out there, just like wearing
Just
like.
out there with fucking braids and everybody thought they were black.
Yeah, yeah. That's That's it. I definitely thought, dude. Yeah. Hmm.
There with the braids. She's like, who are these niggas?
I can tell them apart for a long time.
Tattoos always help, but y'all don't pay attention to details.
I don't know who tattoos they got. I didn't know which one was which until Roman was beating one's ass every week. I was like, oh, okay, that's one. And you know what I'm saying?
So you didn't know who the Uso. You couldn't tell the Usos apart until 2020.
Yeah, I couldn't tell them apart when they were. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yep. Hmm. Even during the New Day feud, I had no idea which one was which. I knew I liked both of them.
One had half a man bun. One had all of their hair. What?
That does nothing for me at this current moment. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could not. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. Not working. I ain't gonna lie.
Um, what Jay say? They know us now. We are
I hope
Jimmy and
so.
Jay the Usos, and that's what their fucking nameplates have been saying every time they appear on the screens together. Now it doesn't say the Usos; it says Jimmy and Jay Uso on it now. And for
Hmm.
whatever reason, hold on, let me do my ABCs with A. Okay, Jay's name does go first if you're doing it in
Yeah.
alphabetical order. Yeah. So it says Jay and Jimmy, but Jimmy and Jay sounds a lot better when you speak it
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a damn sitcom.
because it's a lot more syllables. That's probably why.
Yeah. I still think they shouldn't match anymore. I still think they should wear their like their separate attires. I don't. I think they're beyond the matching.
Well, how do you think Warren Games is gonna go as far as gear?
It's gonna look crazy. They're gonna be wearing blue. Jimmy's wearing red. Sammy's wearing both. Roman's wearing whatever he want to wear. Besides, like, I don't know what he's gonna do. I got something to say about him because niggas are forgetting a lot of things too.
We'll get to that. But a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, the OG bloodline is gonna look how the women's war games looked," and I'm like, y'all have to remember, they already had like this team for war games before, and Roman was the oddball. Everybody else had on red, but Roman when it came to that war games match in 2022. So, Becky Lynch wasn't the first person to like not match her team because all the girls came out with some form of pink on last year, and she was just black.
Are you saying that Becky Lynch doesn't do everything first and she shouldn't be attributed to like everything ever? Like she's not just, you know what I'm saying? Is that what you're saying? If you're saying that, I'm agreeing. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to let you know. If you're saying that, you know.
That's crazy.
I'm on your side. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know.
I literally quoted the tweet with the picture of them at War Games and was like, "You mean this? They did that
Yeah, sure.
already."
It
um,
ruined everything. It ruins everything.
I'm trying to think. Well, what's your Roman think piece? Are you gonna scream at him this week?
No, not it's not. It's not like super extensive. It's just the fact that people think that he's a face because y'all cheering him, and I'm like, he
Y'all.
hasn't done. Not you.
Oh.
Like he hasn't done anything that requires him to be a quote unquote face unless you take him saying yeet and putting it on his shirt. And if that's your level for being face, then we need to change some things because a lot of niggas are face and heel for just doing very small, minuscule things. You know what I'm saying? But Roman Reigns is not a heel. We just all cheer him, or you may cheer him because one, you don't like Solo Sikoa. That's me. Two, you're just happy to see him, which is also valid. But he's not a face. He's Roman Reigns, tribal chief, and OTC Roman Reigns are exactly the same person because he's still being very standoffish. He's still being very mean to his cousins, and they're just going with him because he needs help. You see how reluctant it is. You know what I'm saying? Roman was this big
Literally
face.
said some things change, but I never do. He literally said that like the
Yeah,
first time he picked up a mic when he came back, and that was like three
yeah. You
weeks
know what I'm
into him
saying?
being back.
You know, so us cheering him does not make him a face. It just means we're happy to see him. If you're happy to see him, but that does not mean that he hasn't been mean to Jay, mean to Jimmy, super mean to Sammy. Doesn't he still doesn't like Cody? He's gonna fight Cody again at some point in the future. I don't know when, but at some point again, he just knows that he has to have everyone here to make sure he can take down Solo, and he may not succeed in that because I do think they might lose, but I don't know. So it's tough.
said that Roman doesn't even talk to him in real life, like outside of work, like in the locker room. He does not speak to him. Like, so I think he like genuinely hates him.
Well, that's what happens when Vince McMahon makes you think that you're the greatest thing of all time, and then Triple H says, "Oh well, brother, we're gonna have this guy come in from AEW. He's gonna beat you. You're gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna get into a 1 year program with your cousins again. You're gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
And the Rhodes brothers, right? When they did their tag match, or was it Dean and Seth?
Wait, say it again.
When the Shield versus like Cody and Dustin, right?
Yeah,
When they had their match, who were the two that participated from the Shield? Was it Dean and Seth? Was it Seth and Roman?
I think it
Was it
was.
Dean?
I think it was Roman and Rollins. I think Roman and Rollins were the tag team, and then Dean was U.S. champion. Yeah, Mox was U.S. champion, and then I think when Cody hit the crossroads, it was either on Rollins or Roman. I can't remember which one. It might have been on Rollins. It was like one of his best. He like jumped with it and everything. It was fucking crazy. But I think that was. I think Roman and Rollins were the tag team.
And
I
that
can check
wasn't
right now.
was he Stardust or was he Cody Rhodes?
Oh, he was Cody Rhodes. It was Cody and Goldust.
Okay. So that may be stemming back from that too. Shit. Nigga, fuck you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Goldust and yep. Yeah, because Mox was U.S. champion and Dusty was there. Battleground. Damn, like multiple matches. What the hell?
That was Dusty in their corner? Because I know he used to
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I know for a while he was coming out with the cowboy hat and shit.
They had a match on Raw, and then they had a match at Battleground, and Dusty was at the one Battleground. But, yeah, Roman and Rollins are wrestling. I think Cody pinned Rollins at the Crossroads.
Yeah, we check our facts here, people. We just don't spit shit out of our asses.
It may not be like 100% accurate, but that's I didn't watch the video, but I'm pretty sure I got most of that right just off of like the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
I'm distracted.
Why?
I don't know. We've been doing this podcast like all this time and I haven't like actually had to look at you, so now I'm distracted.
What does that mean?
Anyway,
What does
guys.
that
No,
mean?
don't worry about it. Um, I do
Oh
there
man.
were some other questions that came through for us on Blue Sky from the question that was posted on the page last week.
Okay.
And I know one of those we discussed. I think let's see. Two. Oh, okay. We can start with the first question that was posed too. Okay, so last week we asked if you have any questions or feelings on the last post, which was what are some things in wrestling that you guys don't like? We got a response after we recorded the show, and it was like, I believe this is in like regards to double tapings. So then the question for this week was, how do you feel about double taped shows, and have you ever been to one? Um, one of the responses was, as someone who didn't like it, but now understand them. Um, we've discussed this before. In a couple weeks actually, because literally December's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
We'll be going to SmackDown here in Connecticut, and that'll be a double taped show. So it'll be live that Friday because it does start an hour prior to it airing on TV, and then we'll be taping that next Friday. So we'll have like actual spoilers. Um, so I wanted to get people's perspective on that and how they felt. I don't really see where anybody said they've been to one. So I
Mm.
feel like that's like a cool experience. I know some people who have been to some, but things that we saw on TV they didn't see while they were there in the arena, which I thought was also cool. Like
Like promos
when
and stuff.
like the backstage promos, yeah. So when they were in St. Louis, remember they did Raw and then they did NXT. that first week when NXT was on CW.
think so, yeah.
So that second taped show was when Jimmy approached Jay to, have a conversation and to do the bloodline stuff. They didn't get to
Mm.
see that in the arena. So if they didn't watch Raw that next Monday, even though they sat through it, they would have missed backstage promos.
Okay. Hmm.
I think that's kind of cool.
I mean, yeah, I immediately was confused when they said they were gonna do a double taping when we go to SmackDown because like all that led to me was saying, "Damn, we're gonna be in this arena all night." But I mean, it should be a cool experience. The closest thing I've gotten to it is when they did like a one or two matches, one or two dark matches after, and that was cool. But seeing two shows being filmed back to back, and that's gonna be cool. And I technically get to be on TV twice, so that's also great.
Yeah,
You know, so
because they're double taping because they're gonna give them the week off, um, before for Christmas, and then the holiday tour starts. So
damn,
I believe they're gonna be double taping for the rest of the year any fucking way. Um, so
that's gonna be something. Okay.
Saul responded to that. He said, "I think it's good. It lets the performers rest up and spend time with their families on the holidays."
Yeah.
Um, our good friend Tommy says, "It's cool in the moment, like when you're there, but if you're not and you're active on Twitter, it's impossible to not see spoilers. Only only in that moment I hate them." Um, which is absolutely understandable. I'm not to you.
Gotta stay off that social media when them shows come on. You'll avoid it if you just keep your phone off. It's gonna be hard, but
I'm not somebody who's like affected by spoilers. Like spoilers don't anger me because somebody showing us something from their camera phone is completely different than what production is gonna put together. Like coming into Raw this week. Last week, since Raw was double taped, we knew that Bronson Reed and Solo Sokoa had aligned, right? But the
yeah,
assumption was that because Solo interfered in the match, that Seth was going to immediately join the bloodline. We don't know that. SmackDown come on tonight. We have no indication that Seth Rollins is joining Roman's team for War Games. We have no indication of that. All we know is that the bloodline came out to attack Seth because Seth disrespected Solo. The boys came out to get the hyenas off of him because they came out like that shit was a scene in the fucking Lion King.
mm,
And then towards the end of the match, Solo just pops up. Seth gets distracted. Boom, bam, bop, pin, tsunami, Samoan spike. Show ends. There was no indication of Seth being like, "All right, I'm about to join now." But we won't know that
yeah.
until tonight because that wasn't necessarily a spoiler outside of what happened on Friday of Bronson Reed aligning himself with Solo.
I still don't think he's gonna join because I don't think there's any reason for him to join because he essentially already beat Bronson. So he's the one who really he knows he's gonna end up fighting Bronson again. But I don't think he's gonna want to because he already said that he didn't want to join with Roman and he never wanted to do it again. So whether you think Rollins is right for that or wrong for that, it doesn't really matter. He's already made the words and said that like I don't want to do that anymore. So if he goes against that, just because he's gonna need like some really really good reasoning on why he's going back on his word and teaming up with someone who he explicitly said he never would again. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna if he does it tonight, he's gonna have to explain to me, or I'm be like, nah, you're stupid for that. You know what I'm saying? So if Roman must around and smack the shit out of you in that cage, don't come crying to me because you did it. You feel me? Some people think it's gonna be Punk. I don't think there's a reason for Punk to be in that match. He just got out of the Hell in a Cell. He should be
First of
staying
all,
away from cages right now. I ain't gonna
first of all,
lie. His old
um,
ass.
this is what I'm gonna say, and I don't care who gets mad about it.
Uh
When
oh.
CM Punk came back last year, they sent his ass to both Raw and SmackDown before he chose his brand. When he went to SmackDown, that was SmackDown tribute to the troops, and I was there. You remember that? Because I came into your chat and I was pissed because I had to sit through CM Punk being in my fucking presence and being 4 rows in front of me, right? So when he got there, he literally dissed everybody that's on that team except for Jay, maybe Sammy. He came out there, he said, fuck Roman, fuck Jimmy, fuck Solo. So why
That's
the fuck
pathetic.
would he, where are y'all getting that from? I have it on my phone right now. He said, fuck them niggas. He said he wanted to fight Jimmy, and I wanted to fight him when he said that shit. Cause who you talking to?
Them having a match is so weird. Like I'm like, why would I care about a Jimmy Uso and CM Punk match? Like, what are they fighting about? Like,
Like
it's
he's
just
trying
I
to
feel
he
like
was
they're on
trying to
two
beef.
separate.
He was trying to beef with Jimmy because Jimmy and Jay was at odds. Mind your business. They're twins.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that has nothing to do with him. I don't know why he was so angry about that. Everyone was just trying to ride the J train because he was like getting hot. So everyone's just like, I'm with J too. No, you're not. No, you're not.
That's
No,
like
you're not.
when Cena came out there and was like, the wrong twin quit. I've been meaning to tell you this for months. How you gonna be meaning to tell him that for months when Jay quit the week before?
That's different. Okay, when the goat speaks, he's never wrong.
Shut the
Okay,
hell up.
that's different. Why I gotta shut up? Why I gotta shut up? Because he's never wrong. You know what I'm
You
saying?
hit into
Punk is the one
immediate
thing.
cope. Please, no.
No, I'm just trying to let you know that you know what I'm saying. Cena's never wrong. So if Cena said it, I 9 times out of 10 I will agree. Most cases, I agree with that. Nobody should quit. I don't know why he said that. I was very confused on why he said that. I understand what he was trying to do, but I was very confused on why he said that to him. I was like, that was mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he just did the match, and I'm like, okay. The whole Cena and Uso things, I don't understand.
What
There's
you
certain people
doing
who I think.
here, John?
Yeah, Jimmy was all for me too. I was like, why are you so mad at him? It was just weird. You know what I'm
They
saying?
didn't come here to see you. They came to see Jim. Ooh, so they
And
want
I
to
was
know
like,
why I
bro,
did it. You told us why you did it the week before. So, no.
see, both that was just a bad. Let's just Jimmy and John had no idea what they were talking about. They sent them out there and said, "Hey, we just talk to each other and let's just see if something works."
But then, too,
Jimmy thought people were gonna see him. No, they were not. No, they were not.
that that script got pushed a week back because remember that Friday before was the tribute show to Terry Funk and Bray because Jimmy was supposed to explain himself that night, but because they had to turn
Oh,
it into a tribute show, all those promos got pushed, and then they did all those terrible fucking matches, and we're like, "This is tribute to so and so," and it was just like y'all fucked y'all whole program up, and y'all didn't have to include the tribute. The tribute was beautiful. That tag, what was that? They did a tag match, and then they did a dedication match to Bray as well. And then LA Knight gave his speech about being Bray's forever last opponent. And there was something else. But they had everybody out on the stage, like for the tribute, and Jimmy was hidden in the back. We weren't supposed to see him, but he was back there standing next to Solo. So everything was all prepped and ready to go, but they just had to tear the whole show apart because of those untimely deaths within like 2 within that week.
I don't remember much from that show besides the actual like tributes and LA Knight's promo. That whole night was just like
Cuz it was bad.
static for me.
That was a really bad episode of SmackDown. It was very full of emotion, but it was bad. It was bad.
That's the thing. I didn't at that current moment when I was watching the show. One, I was already extremely sad for multiple reasons. So the quality of the show didn't matter. Who was on the show didn't matter. I didn't give a fuck about nothing else. I knew the tribute was coming, so I was already just like preparing myself to start crying. So I was just pre-ordering sad. That's all I was doing that entire show.
Sad.
That's all I was doing. I was just super sad leading up to it. So I
Put
didn't
that in the
care.
notes to be the name of the episode. I'm gonna write that down.
No, please, no, no, no. I was just sad that entire day. So when SmackDown came on, I was like, I don't care who's wrestling. I don't care who's cutting the promo. Just, let's just get through this. You know what I'm saying? It was a to me that was one of the best episodes just because it gave the remembrance that we needed. And LA Knight I think was the main part of that. His promo was excellent and it did everything it was supposed to do for that. And like everything else on SmackDown that night, I promise you I don't remember anything from that show and I never watched the episode again. That was all I cared about was tribute to Terry Funk, of course. Bray more personally for me because obviously he was around when I was growing up, and that was one of the wrestler deaths that hit me a little harder than I thought it ever would. So everything else that night, so it's understandable why that next week was just like all over the place because they
Yeah.
obviously couldn't plan for something as unfortunate as that. But yeah, that adds a lot more context to it.
All of those promos led up to Payback, where Jay came back and was announced by Cody Rhodes, and everybody was just like, huh? Like, what?
And Jay quitting was weird. I still don't know why he quit. Like it was funny in the moment, but I was like, why did he
I
leave?
think
And then,
I think the purpose of him quitting was just to be like, I'm fucking tired of this shit. Like, I could have had this position, I could have won this match fair and square, and my brother was just like, nah. And then he gets in the ring. Roman and Paul start being like, your brother's jealous of you, this is that and the third. And then Jimmy doesn't like necessarily deny it. He gives his reason why he did the shit, and Jay was still like, nah. So that's why he pump faked him and then he kicked him in the face. That was pure frustration. I do that shit all the time. I'm not about to just sit around and be uncomfortable and angry when I could just fucking walk away. That's what that was. That was Leo energy. That's what that was.
I just don't think that he should have like let the entire. Because then all that led to, oh, he's going to AEW. I was like, wait a minute. that
The
that
first time I
entire
heard
night,
AEW rumors, Rikishi.
I,
The the
I don't think
the
it will ever
the
leave.
the Joshua Fatu is all elites fucking pictures was everywhere. And watching the episode was crazy because I had just come back from a 50 Cent concert. So I'm still kind of like in like 50 mode. And had to sit
50
here.
mode.
I had to sit here and like skim through the episode. I still haven't watched that full episode of SmackDown because Rey Mysterio became the fucking US champion on that goddamn episode. I spoiled that for myself skimming through the episode to get to the bloodline segment. And then
That was random.
he beat Austin Theory on SmackDown. Like what?
Man, just one, but like, oh shit. One in the way, but I was like, damn, I didn't think he would do it. Oh my god.
That happened. And then like I was sitting there and I was watching it. And when he left, I was like, well, first of all, it was like the middle of August. So it was like, okay, the kids are about to get ready to go back to school in Florida. So I assumed he lived in Florida. He was living in Atlanta at the time. He lives in Atlanta. And it was just like, all right, the kids, we about to go on vacation. This is my vacation time. I didn't think he actually quit the company. I was just like, he's probably gonna go to Raw. Here comes Cody Rhodes. 3 weeks later, main event Jey Uso. Boom. New song pops.
Yeah,
He really stole the fucking theme song and changed it.
I like it. I never the
It's
Usos theme.
it's
I never
it's
liked it.
hard to listen to the Uso version now.
I don't like it. Jay's version sounds like a totally different song in my ears. I know it's the same song. It's always sounded different. And like as I've heard it more, and like and how does it the crowd responds to it. Of course, I think I would like if they went back to the Uso song. I like the other one before, like the older Joan. I like that one more. I think they should go
Y'all have
back
to
to
let
that
that
one,
song
but they
go.
probably. I love that song.
Y'all have
I'm
to let
on
that song.
top, saying my P. That was that
Yeah,
shit.
y'all have
That
to
was
let
that
that
shit.
song go.
I want to hear Uso. No, no, no. Every WrestleMania, imagine at WrestleMania they come out with the face paint and doing the you know what I'm
40
saying?
and they hated doing the face paint. The men wanted beards and that's why they have them now.
All
They
right, no
couldn't
face
do the
paint,
face paint with the beards.
but can they do like the fire and the when I say ooh, you know what I'm saying? I was hyping the crowd. Oh,
I don't think that either of the Usos need pyro. I don't think that
they
they
had
do.
fire.
I know.
Fire.
Fire is still
That was it.
considered pyro.
Yeah, but that's different. The fire, the pyro, you know what I'm saying? That's but like when you had fire, like imagine if Kane came out but he had pyro. Wouldn't it be the same? But he got that fire, the fire, you know what I'm saying?
He had fire and pyro. You didn't hear that pop when the shit went off?
You said what?
You didn't hear the pop when the pop when Kane's fucking fire went off? It
Yeah,
was like a
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think fire and pyro, like they're using fire more now with with freaking with Jacob and them. I think they got the who comes up with pyro now? Freaking machine guns.
that shit is just
Raise your fist, pow pow. Raise your
I'm not
That's that shit.
to be by that entrance if they come out during our show. I'm going to like jump and scream. Be prepared to catch me. So sorry. I that
You
I
gonna play like 6 times.
I thought I learned my lesson with having ramp seats and trying to prepare myself for pyro when Cody came out twice in one night. And the second time was worse because some man was trying to kidnap me. If y'all want to hear the audio of what happened in that video, it's on my TikTok. But it's like some guy is like, "You came here by yourself? You all alone?" And then you just hear, "Wow!" And then it's just like mad pyro. And I was like, "Thank you, Jesus. I don't have to answer this man." So, but the second time still scared me because it's super loud. I might have been like closer to the back than I was to the front at that particular show. But Cody came out twice in one night and he wasn't even on SmackDown at the time. He had a dark match and then earlier in the night he just came out just to fucking come out and it was just like, ow, my ears. Now the people who
Yeah,
stand at the gate,
man.
they are soldiers who are like directly by the entrance. I could never do that.
I want to try it at least once. It looks cool.
Those
When
tickets
Edge
are
was
like
still there,
$5.
damn. When Edge was there, that's not when he likes to run over like yeah, yeah. That's that shit. I wanted to like be a part of that
I'll never get that
when Edge was
chance
there.
because I'm not going to AEW.
If I know like he's gonna come back and I can like find some floor seats, I would love to see Edge again just one more time.
Seats are literally half the price of WWE, so go for it.
Yes, that is true.
The decisions that you disagree with at the moment,
Like current wise,
you got way too hype when I said that.
no, because like I've been very much like disassociated from the current product for a little bit because I've been watching a lot of old wrestling, and for some reason, even though I've seen all of it, but like remember most of it, it's still a lot more exciting to me than I remember. So I'll be watching that shit. So it's like the current product now, everything looks like different to me. Now looking back at like what Raw and SmackDown used to be in the good and the bad. Um, but current wise, I mean, anytime anytime the profits come out and I realize they don't have a championship, it still makes me angry. You know, I like what they did last week. Was that last week? I think when DIY came out and like interrupted the match because I was happy that that Dawkins and Montez did not get pinned.
No, no, no,
But
no. Tommaso Ciampa. It wasn't Johnny. Johnny did not interfere. He came to get his boy. Tommaso
oh
Ciampa
shit,
interfered in the match. There we go. I just wanted to clear that up. We're not
I
putting
was at
Johnny in that
Chili's.
bullshit. We're not
I was
putting
at
Johnny in that
Chili's
bullshit.
when SmackDown was on. I was at Chili's and I looked at my screen and I just saw DIY in the ring. I was like, oh shit, they attacked me. I didn't know what was going on. But I mean, that's cool. That I have no problem with that. If that means we get a triple threat tag match at some point on SmackDown or Survivor Series, probably SmackDown. That's cool. Can the profits win, please? You know what I'm saying? But currently, I think I'm okay with everything. War Games is going to be something that's like super serious as far as like who should win. Or SmackDown and Raw, and nothing really that sticks out. That's a lot of writing. What are you about to say to me?
SmackDown, so.
Oh God.
All right.
Okay.
B-Fab controlled that entire triple threat match. Bailey did not deserve to win. That's one.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm with you.
Um, they're letting LA Knight carry a custom WWE shop version of the US title. The strap has his logo on it. Sammy
Okay.
lost his everlasting fucking mind asking LA Knight to join the War Games team. I don't know if you know about that.
No. Why would he? Why would LA Knight join the team?
The same guy who went after Roman for Crown Jewel last year. Yeah, 100%. We're gonna ask him.
Kind of should have beat him, but that's tough.
That's Jimmy's fault. So he was
Hey
still trying to
man,
prove himself to Roman by interfering in that fucking match. Um,
damn shame.
Santos Escobar is back on TV. I'm still bored with him. They have to do something.
Let's go, Bob.
See,
Thank you. Yes.
Shinsuke Nakamura is back.
Oh, I did see that. That was cool.
Um, oh, back to Santos. Him and that U.S. title will never be. They will never be brothers. They'll never be in the club all fam, because even around this time last year, like I just mentioned when we were talking about previous like older SmackDown, that match where Ray won the US title, that was actually supposed to be Santos. But because Ray broke Santos's fucking leg in a goddamn match, Ray ended up being the qualifying person for the first contendership, and that's how Ray fucking won, which is how their beef started, which is how we got to WrestleMania with Ray and fucking Santos. So
Hmm.
that that title will always like, be his downfall, and he will forever be obsessed with it until he fucking wins it. Is Triple H gonna give it to him? Probably not. Probably not.
Huh.
Just like Los Garza is not going to be in the tag title scene. They're just there.
Is that their name now? They keep changing the damn name.
That's always been their tag team name, but as a group, they're uh
Oh,
the Ghetto Delta Phasma Mickey Mouse.
that is not their name. That is not how you pronounce those words. First of all, wait, no, they were Los Lotharios before,
Oh, they call him Garza.
and then they were calling him Angel and Garza, and then they changed it back to something. They changed their names like three, four
I
times,
think
I
they're
think.
like cousins in real life or some shit, aren't they?
I don't know what they are. I mean, Legado as a stable, I think NXT they were presented well, and then they came into the main roster, and then it's like Electra doesn't wrestle that much, so she was just a valet, which
She'll get
it
her
works
ass
for her.
beat next week, so that's fine.
I think
She's
she's
in
gonna
a
be okay. She might be okay. She's been training. The last time we saw a match with her was when she was had a terrible match with B-Fab on NXT a while ago.
beat next week,
But tonight?
because tonight's bracket is Bianca, Chelsea, Blair.
Oh shit!
Next week has Michin in it, and then the bracket that Electra is in has Naomi in it. She's going to get her ass beat. Sorry.
Chelsea better win tonight. That's all I know.
Thank you. What else? Bronson rejoined Solo's bloodline. Ciampa pushes Johnny after he causes a DQ in the tag match. Um, Naomi was very close to winning that damn title, and Roman cannot call Paul Heyman because his phone is disconnected. Phone shit has been driving the internet insane for a week, and I want it to stop now, right now, at this very moment. Cut it out.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of weird conversations about it. I was like, I don't think it's ever that deep, but I mean, some people watch extremely close, and I mean, I don't think it's an unfair assessment to like try to build something from it. I just don't think anything was there. I mean, I've heard some stuff I laughed at, other stuff I was like, possibly. You know what I'm saying?
Sammy, you talking about Paul?
Sammy.
I was talking about Paul.
Hey, Paul, mm,
We
Paul's
watched
different.
we watched Paul's phone get demolished, and he didn't have a new phone after that. Up until they beat his ass, Paul did not have a phone anymore.
I can't process like if your phone breaks, why would you not just get a new phone the next day? Mr. Rich Paul
It's a
Heyman.
quickie.
Like that. What, going to AT&T? Get a new phone. I was sitting there like, oh, he doesn't have a phone. What the fuck? He can go get a new phone very easily.
That's
And then
his
people were like,
number.
oh, he only has one contact in the phone. Who? Why would he have one phone with one person?
Specifically for Roman.
Why? And why does he have to say call Roman Reigns if there's no one else in the phone?
So I just looked up some dates, right? Solo smashed the phone that Friday after SmackDown after Mania, right? They put Paul through the table at the end of June. So that's only 2 months in between killing Jimmy and then him being killed himself. So him not having a phone, I wouldn't want to be put into this nonsense either.
Hmm. Yeah, the whole phone thing was just weird with Paul. I'm like, it's very easy to get a new phone if you like just get a new phone. Why is it like, oh, this phone is only for Rock? What the hell? That doesn't make any sense. But
I haven't seen that phone
I
since
guess
Mania either. We saw Paul use that phone one time.
you realize how
Up
nonsensical
close.
that is, right?
We saw him use the phone up close one time.
If I walked up to you and I said this phone is only for my brother, you'd be like, why the hell? Like,
So what
why is
you're
there only one contact in
saying
this phone?
is you wouldn't get a phone that's only for me.
No, it doesn't. That's two phone bills. Do you understand that?
Oh, that's
Why
one
would I do
phone.
that?
That's one phone bill, two phones.
Why would I have two phones? I'm not Kevin Gates. Why would I need two phones? If I can call you on my one phone, perfectly fine. I call everyone else. Why would I need two just for you, or one that's specifically for you? It doesn't make any sense. What if I lose the phone? Then what? I just can't call you no more.
Oh, you have another phone to call me on.
Triple H, you see what you did? You've made unrealistic standards in my life. Now I have to get a new phone just to have one person on it, as if that makes any sense. If you call me and say, you have one phone for me, I'm gonna tell you, go back to the store, please, and take that phone back. Don't walk around with two phones. This is my live phone. Put the damn phone back, please.
And like maybe three other people have the number to that phone. Everybody else has the number to this phone, and I've had this phone. I've had this phone number since high school.
I find it very hard for a regular person to need two phones, unless you're like a doctor. You're like, this is my work phone. You know what I'm saying? But like,
A business
just to
phone, I'm
call one
trying to get
person,
it to turn off. Trying to turn it off, but it's not happening.
yeah, that's understandable. But if you have one phone just to call, hey, this phone is just for you to call Eric. I'm like, no, you're stupid. Put that phone down. Use your regular phone. It's okay. That don't make much sense to me. So Paul, figure that out. Go to AT&T, Sprint, or T-Mobile. I don't care where you got to go. Just handle that. Get one phone.
After stand and delivery, when we were riding back to the hotel, and he was coming out of the
Yeah,
tanning salon.
yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
we actually witnessed Paul Heyman with our own two eyes talk into his phone like this. Like that's not a thing he does on TV. That's something he does in real life. Like he walked past the car we were in like this, talking into the phone.
He really lives his rhymes. You know what I'm saying? He really out here.
That is a real thing.
I think he saw us. I thought he was like, oh, those are fans. Let me make sure you know what I'm saying?
Goddamn.
He saw us.
Like our Uber driver was trying to get our attention because we were not paying attention. She was like, and I was like, oh shit, they go Paul.
Yeah, we talking about some other shit. Yeah, go get some food. And they're like, oh shit, bro. Just walking into the car.
Telling him places to take me to get food, which never happened. You lucky I can't call her.
She started listing 16 places, half the places I've never been to. She like, okay, go over here. Fuck. I'm in this Uber. How the fuck you want to drive us there? Please? Like, how the fuck? I mean, she was a great
She
person.
told
I
us a
hope she's having
story
a great
about,
day.
like, about Chris Jericho and how
Oh
she was
god, I
his
forgot
Uber
about that.
driver one time.
It's so weird. It's Jericho. I love hearing regular people talk about that shit.
A fan at one point though, but she had fell off as she got older. But and
I
he
told
I
you I
think
got
he
yeeted when I was walking home.
think he had short hair at the time, so she didn't recognize him. I wouldn't have recognized him either.
Oh, yeah. I told you I got yeeted when I was walking home the other day because I had my gym hoodie on. That's cool. I like seeing wrestling fans when they're like outside and like not at a wrestling show.
I used
That
to
makes me happy.
too.
You're always wearing your Yeet shorts. You're never not wearing your Yeet shorts.
That's not true.
Nah, you be wearing them shorts. Wearing them
Just
shorts.
I just found them. They were in the top of the jar before we started to record. And I figured at some point I would have to move, so I would need to wear pants.
If I can find you wearing the shorts like 2 days ago, do I get like a compensation or something?
No, because that would be untrue because as well as I know I don't wear clothes in the house. I'm Winnie the Pooh around this motherfucker.
All right. Okay. All
Alright.
right. Now moving on to fucking Ricochet in the news.
Why did they announce that match like that?
What match?
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know
On
anything.
Full Gear tomorrow, Ricochet is fighting Takeshita for the title. They announced that shit on Twitter last night.
Full Gear is one of the like worst built pay per views this year. There's been a few that just got built like trash on both in both companies, but damn, that go home show was horrendous. I had to watch it back because I just wanted to see how bad it was, and it was. I turned it on like right in the middle of the main event, which was Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta. Ooh, that's a real main event. You know what I'm saying? That's not. That's. I don't know what's worse. Those two have the main event, or when Triple H does the Bloodline Tag Team main event every week. I hate that too. But no, AEW they did a terrible job of building Full Gear. I was this close to buying tickets. I'm so happy I decided to save my money. So happy.
Let's
It's gonna be a
let's
boring ass show.
let's There's only one match announced for the 0 hour. There's not a million and one fucking tag teams uh
Good,
announced, and I'm proud of Tony Khan for that. I think he might have heard us on the show.
good. The All Star Tag Team, 15 different tag teams in the ring fighting for what? It's in there. You know, 15 tag teams that we've never heard of. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Go in there and punch each other.
Tyre, he made a post on Twitter that was kind of like thank you Ring of Honor, thank you AEW, and then everyone was like, oh, he's going back
Um,
to WWE. I was just like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
I saw him waving to the crowd. I don't know what he said. I saw a picture of him waving to the crowd. So I mean, I don't, if Red Dust wants to come back, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Malachi Black also waved to the crowd, and everybody thought he was leaving. And then he got on Twitter and said, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Stop.
That made me mad. I'm like, why would you wave to the crowd like that when you know what that means? That
Like, why are you
means you're
hugging your
leaving. So
opponent?
yeah, like we should go see him next week. Like don't do something like that and then come back next week. Oh, I'm fine. Why would you do that? There was no reason for you to do that. Why would you? You're coming back next week. What are you waving to me for? I'll see you again. Like what the fuck?
Well, do you want to get the
For the sake of the show that we're putting on, yes.
pictures get big with the page? Ah, they did. Um, Friday versus Mina for the Whoa, is that a versus? That's not a versus. It's a
No,
and
it's a
Mina
celebration.
Champagne Championship. Mariah May has been the champion since all.
Tony Storm.
Absolutely right. Okay. Versus Kyle Fletcher.
Don't care.
MJF versus Roderick Strong.
Really don't care.
Orbit Lashley versus Black and Ugly. I mean Swerve Strickland.
Partially care because the Almighty. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm saying?
Um, Adam Page versus Jay White. The match I
It
just
breaks
told
my
you.
heart.
The
Um,
match I just told you about. Ricochet and Takeshita. Uh, a match I'm very sad I'm going to be missing for the TNT title. Daniel Garcia versus Jack Perry. Daniel got really aggressive and pinned Jack against the wall, and I fucking screamed in excitement. Shit was amazing.
dislike both of them.
NXT
So
Private Party, the Outrunners, the Acclaim, specifically Max Caster.
that's what I've been saying.
Okay.
They won't.
And the Kings of the Black Thorn. That they look scary.
I thought they were the House of Black, but I guess not. Either they changed their name or they're two different people. I thought they were. I saw the picture. I was like, huh? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Mercedes Monet versus Chris Statlander. I have words to say about Mercedes in a second. And then the main event, John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed.
Oh,
So that
oh,
is your card for this Saturday in Newark, New Jersey. Y'all be careful out there. Newark is ghetto.
this is ass. This is a really.
That is a venue. Tony Khan, I hope all the seats are open. That is a ginormous venue. I went to the Millennium Tour in that building. I found out Nipsey Hussle died in that building. So all the seats better be open. That's a lot of seats. And it's on a Saturday. So, people don't have to really worry about going to work the next day.
I don't know. I'll be right here watching it on this damn screen. Possibly.
So,
I may not even watch it. I ain't gonna lie. I may not watch it because there's not a match on that damn show that I'm like, I have to see this. I do not care. That makes me sad because there's a few wrestlers on the card that I really do like, but no, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
they dropped her latest Monet mag. Did you check your email yesterday?
No, but I saw it pop my notifications.
She has a million and one WWE locker room photos in there. And I'm trying to figure out if her and Bailey adopted Indy Hartwell. I'm trying to figure like they look like a loving lesbian couple with their like extremely tall adopted daughter. Like the photos are super cute. Also, she addressed
Hmm,
AEW confusing her birthday.
no,
Let's see
that's
if there's
real.
a screenshot. Nope, that's Tony Storm. AEW's birthday mix up had me questioning reality. You know when the fuck you were born, playing somebody else's face, not mine. Thank you. This week started with a hilarious surprise. I woke up to a flood of birthday messages and was completely confused. Turns out AEW had posted a happy birthday shout out for me. For a moment, I felt like I'd slipped into a multiverse. Was it really my birthday? I was just so tired and had to double check Twitter to make sure. Once I figured it out, I couldn't help but laugh. It was so much fun, and I had an unexpected way to start the day. Yeah, I quote tweeted the tweet and it says the earliest birthday wishes I've ever got. I love you, AEW. Triple H also said he wasn't concerned about her signing over to AEW because he knows they don't know how to book her. Allegedly, he said that. Allegedly,
Wait, what you say?
you didn't hear what I just said.
The last part. I didn't hear that part.
Allegedly,
No, like what? What was the sense behind that?
that Triple H said he wasn't really worried about her signing to AEW because he knows that they wouldn't know how to book her.
Hey, hey, Triple H. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good shot, nigga. That's a good shot. That's a good shot. Holy crap. That's a good shot, Triple H. Holy fuck. Bro. Damn, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. You know that? Because they're not doing it. Because he's right. They're not doing it. And she wants to come back. She already was going to come back for Tony. Was like, hey, here's a whole bunch of money. Here you go. That's a good shot. And she probably is. Well, she said she was coming back. But
I think she's locked in for 5 years, though.
I'm going to say this right now. She can be locked in all she wants to. I do think if Mercedes walks to the office and says, I want to be done, there may be a clause in their contract where they can just opt out.
You know
Possibly.
how
I
many
don't know.
people ask for releases from AEW and Tony Khan just be like, no.
Oh, no, you're right. But Mercedes doesn't get told no from what I've been seeing so far. Now, hey, he may just ride it out, which is going to be a tough ride so far because right now it's very tough. But Triple H, that's a very good shot right there because you're definitely correct. Tony Khan is not doing a good job, and she's losing GOAT points. Not to me, but to a lot of different people because this run is very, very bad, and so that's to change quick because she's not losing to Chris at Full Gear. So just
He also said that she's the
whatever.
greatest TBS champion of all time, and I think that that's a bold-faced fucking lie because that title was literally created for Jade Cargill.
And that's not Jade might have defended it a lot more than her. Jade's defended that championship a lot, even like the last few months. A lot of the matches were just like fillers, so she was just like wrestling like off TV and stuff. So she would come back with like 10 more wins, but she's not the greatest TBS champion. Number two, not number one.
Not the greatest.
Jade. Jade's definitely the best TBS champion. Who else would be?
Who was definitely the best?
Jade.
Jade?
Argue.
Okay, I just want to make sure like the audio is like and it's making me question you, and I don't like to do that. So I just wanted to make sure we were on
Oh,
the same page and that we both agree that Jade Cargill is the best TBS champion of
yeah, yeah.
AEW fucking history.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you want to do first? You want to do merch or you want to do what ifs?
I never do merch. I never like doing merch because the merch sucks. And you'd be like, let's do merch. And I'll be like, help me. The shirts are bad. So I'd rather get it out the way now, if I'll be honest with you. But hopefully there's something good this time. I don't know. See, I immediately see Solo Sikoa on the screen. See, we're already starting off, man.
Yeah.
What?
How does it look on your screen?
I see the website like here, and you're right here. And we're small, and the screen is big.
So I have it full screen. So you're you're right here, and then the merch is right here.
I full screened it now, and now we're still on the bottom.
Oh, so click
The
click
website
the
up here.
click the website so that it'll show all of us on the screen.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Now you're on the bottom. Okay, I see what's going on.
Wow. The reason why I just like fucking screamed like that in terror is because now I have to fix the layout because your name was on the bottom and I was up here.
Oh,
So now I have
damn,
to switch our names.
that's real. Here we go.
Want a turnbuckle?
What am I gonna do with the turnbuckle? Mm, mm, mm.
Post.
If I walked through my room and I saw a WWE turnbuckle on my bedpost, I probably would take it off immediately and throw it out the window. Walk over the turnbuckle on me. No, I'm not doing that. Can't do that.
This is terrible. I don't like this shirt at all.
Of course it's terrible. Look at it. That shit.
Collections that I don't enjoy them. They're not for me, like at all. Honorary Usmer. Okay, Stan G. The poster is on sale. I don't get paid until next week. I'm gonna get all the like bloodline posters and have them for when I get my own office and just hang them up.
Okay, that's cool.
Damn punk.
Ooh. Oh, I see Bray. I think.
It's still
Yeah.
think AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and that you know what? I don't want to read the rest of that. I saw James's name. I'm gonna scroll.
Ooh.
James. No chin.
Oh. Oh god.
Rhea Ripley.
Look at this.
And Zoe low key kind of cooked last year. I hate to admit it. She was kind of knocking Rhea around a little bit, but hands down, one of my favorite Rhea gears.
Hmm.
White with the chaps. Yummy. Sorry. I got people
I'm not watching the Zoe Stark back to back. For a second when you said it, I was like, let me go watch it. I don't want to see Zoe Stark again. I don't like Ronda Rousey. All right, bro. See, bro.
Beats Shotzi. Okay.
What kind of match? Like, what are we doing? Like, what? All right, bro.
Still. Yeah.
Private Shane's been trash for like multiple years. Cause this is crazy.
Figure out like why they have so much of this old stuff still sitting around that they're able to put it on sale. That's
I
what
mean, I would hope
blows my mind.
so. A lot of it is better than what's been happening the last like 8 years. So shit.
Yes, everybody else has on thing, and it's just
She,
hey,
yeah, you see how far she is. She hates me, man. Hope Becky Lynch comes out at full gear. That would be. Oh my god. Oh, pop.
they come on yesterday, her and Seth and the baby. Cody was also there with Liberty and his beautiful wife.
Oh,
And Becky actually looked great in an outfit for once.
right.
That's no slight to her. I just don't think that Becky Lynch can dress. Outfit. Seriously, just got on black.
He never changes his gear. He only has one gear. He's like Arthur. He wears the same shit every day. Oh wait, Usos defeat Sheamus and Cesaro. That's cool.
Nice black.
That's a,
I'm not gonna
that's,
hold you.
that's a very nice play.
Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Michin. I'm getting my shirts. I'm not missing another Sammy Uso drop. I'm getting my shirt.
Okay.
The certified Uso is kind of crazy, but
Mm, mm.
Sami Zayn having bloodline merch again, it just feels right, you know. Oh, I should have hoodie.
I
WWE,
always prefer hoodie.
WWE hoodies are super warm. They're
Yeah.
like super warm.
Oh, is this Rick Rude? Why is it? Why are they randomly just dropping Rick Rude stuff? That's weird.
Leader shirts. So
And
neck.
comment.
I forgot what they said was wrong with him. I think it's something to do with his neck. Something's actually like wrong with him that came out.
Oh, damn.
These look like hot topic shirts. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They look like the Hot Topic shirts that we were looking at not too long ago. That was loud.
What is that?
Share that Mitchell used to like beat on Jada Parker. They signed it. Sale. So if anybody wants to go ahead and get them one of those, y'all have the fuck at it.
The Roman cosplayers, Roman Reigns cosplayers.
It's
Yeah,
autographed.
yeah.
Y'all better put that shit in a case immediately and never touch it again. Whose sneakers is these? Hey,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute now.
$1,000 is crazy though.
Never mind. Oh, never mind.
The black. Oh, he's giving away two pairs.
Ooh. What, a football helmet? Why am I wearing a WrestleMania football helmet?
Football helmets for Mania this year.
Really?
Mhm. They had eagle styled helmets. So I guess this one doesn't the Raiders play in Vegas? There's gonna be a bunch of Raiders merch that comes out of this.
Hmm.
They they
All right.
sell this like this. They don't. The signature belt should be in this.
Yeah, if you have one, shit, you make sure you protect it.
I still need to get one made for my Uso case. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oops.
Hmm.
I need to get one made for my Uso belt. Only thing is with these shadow boxes is mm, how to set it up. Because the belts are long and heavy.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That when I was holding that butter damn
WWE belt.
yeah, that shit was fucking hurt my shoulder. I feel like I was holding two different belts. My TNA belt and that one were just two totally different weights. These are a Ramon shirt. All right, I like that. I remember I told someone that Samantha Irvin was better than me and Gene Okerlund, and they got really angry at me.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they just really like Mean Gene. I'm like, respect to him and all, but I do think Samantha Irvin is the best
Is
announcer of all time.
Natalia getting her dad's royalties?
Yes, you should.
I was watching WCW yesterday.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Classic right there.
Trying to go to the fucking food court, and to get there, you have to walk past Hulk Hogan just like body slamming a nigga.
Not specifically him. I hope I would see somebody else.
I mean, that was the main event that I didn't watch.
Yes.
Guys, I'm still on my streak of never seeing a fucking Hulk Hogan match. When the match
Yeah,
when the match started, my mom called me, so I got up and I walked away. And by the time I came back, they were cutting a promo, so I missed the entire match.
that's real.
Jerry gonna like let go of the king shit. Like, you know how long ago that was? Let that go.
None of these shirts are something that I would purchase, regardless of how I feel about the shirt superstars.
You're not getting the Iron Sheik shirt.
No, I'm okay. They
Okay.
don't even look like they're well designed. It looks like they just put their logo on the shirt and said, "All right, fuck it," you know.
These aren't official WWE shirts. These are um a third party, but they you buy them through WWE and then that company ships them out. Mind you,
Ah,
we're still scrolling through like the same design like 47 times. The only thing on this page that wasn't the same design was the damn Jey Uso fucking phone cases.
I didn't. Yo, look, we're just going through the same shirts. I feel like there's like I feel like
Looks
I'm
like
seeing the same.
indifference though. That's what I'm saying. Like this shit looks like a hot topic website.
Yeah.
Everything looks the exact same. Is there anything like on the? I'm clicking on the 6th page, guys. No, nothing. Oh, there's Alpha babes, got it, babes. Oh, says
Yeah.
he just be saying that shit by accident. Like it just comes out. Like that's his
Hmm.
word. I respect it. I don't like that Rhea's fucking X-ray was put on a shirt.
I don't have an opinion on that.
Okay. I was like, your mouth's moving, but there's no sound coming out of it.
Yeah, I try to think of something. I don't have much like you know.
And then they
It
took a
doesn't.
tweet that she tweeted and put it on top of the shit.
I'm going by it.
Full transparency moment. I don't want to be judged when I say this by you or anyone listening.
Okay.
Up until last week after we recorded, I used to confuse Mr. Perfect and Owen Hart
Why?
because they look alike. And then I Googled
Hmm.
them next to each other to make sure that they weren't the same fucking person. And apparently they were a thing. Like, their characters interacted a lot.
I don't know too much about them being in a feud. So I
I
mean,
don't I
take
don't
your
think
word
they
for
were
it.
in a feud. I think they were like partners or like Mr.
Oh.
Perfect was his like was Owen's manager or something like that. But I was just like,
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
they're not the same person. I had to clarify that for myself because it was bothering me.
Damn. No, I mean, yeah, I think Owen with long hair probably does resemble Mr. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, here's the shirt that Kevin Owens wore that one time when he was taunting Randy Orton.
Damn. These are some crazy shirts, bro.
Thing that was here that why does Ava have merch? Never mind, don't answer that question. I forgot she was in a cult. Don't answer it.
Love is blind. Grass is always greener on the other side. How's that shit?
Goddamn thing.
Damn, how many times he signed it? Oh my god. We're all his catchphrases on it. Damn.
Let's talk about it. Trick Willy Wonka. Bout it, bout it. Whoop that trick. Trick Willy. Trick James. That's all it is, and that's what all it's gonna ever be. Like,
Does Mello get some royalties? 'Cause I think two of those Mello started saying first. So like, does Mello get some compensation from that as well? Me being his manager, I think I should get some compensation from that as well.
I think I should bid on this.
Go ahead, yeah, if you win it. I mean, got yourself a belt. You say you wanted to bet on it. I mean, hey, do your thing.
Clicked on something and did something that, like, I don't know what I just did. Oh, technical difficulties? I fixed it.
Oh,
What?
I'm saying this to you now. Off, I have to ask you to do something for me off stream regarding my past stream. I don't know how to do it. I just had the thought now. I wanted to tell you before I forgot. It's very small. It's just I don't know how to do
Making your Kendrick Lamar clips for your music TikTok.
it. Hey, can you make one though? Can you make one, please? Yo, hey, don't read me like that again. Okay, we doing the show right now. There's people listening and or watching. Don't do that again. How did you even know that? Like what, bro?
Exactly. That
I just needed one thing. That was ridiculous, man.
I got you. I'll do it.
Thank
Is
you.
this a half a ladder or is this like a step stool? Like, what is this?
I had both of those things that you said.
This is from where they like killed Lash Legend. And she didn't sign it. That's crazy.
Oh, the part that broke off?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it broke off.
The top of the shit. I think they might have sawed this in half. 'Cause they
Oh,
have to be able to
I knew
mail it
ladder
out.
broke. But
They can't mail an entire ladder.
that would be crazy. You look outside. There's a ladder on your door.
It's cute. They did something right. And then there's more of these hot topic shirts. All right, well, I guess that's enough. That's enough for the merch this week. Um,
Mm-mm.
you don't want the piece of the Liv Morgan canvas,
Nah, I'm okay.
no Cody canvas.
Ah,
Oh, look a T-shirt. Does Cody get the royalties for the Dusty shirts?
my bad. So,
Guys, that's it for merch. That was loud in my ear. For wrestling what ifs over here on Blue Sky. If you guys would like to submit anything, feel free to follow us over on Blue Sky at Wrestling Room Pod. Uh, So, the first one I proposed in the post, you might like this one. What if CM Punk never cashed in on Jeff Hardy?
I'm
How would that
happy he
story
did it.
had panned out? Well, how would Jeff's reign had panned out, I should say.
I mean, one, I'm happy he did because it led to a
Built you some
different version
character.
of Jeff Hardy. Yeah, you know.
You some
Um.
character, not Jeff. You.
Oh yeah, absolutely me. Yeah, this is why I still hate him to this day. See what I'm saying? That's just you know. Um. But I do think they should have given Jeff a longer run with one of the world titles. I feel like both he always had like a great moment with the belt, and then very shortly after he would get cashed in on, or he would just lose, and then it would be moved to the side for something else. Kind of the way they did Jey Uso, just with a lot less time in between, because I think they had a lot more stock in Jeff as a solo star than they do in Jey. But again, two different time periods. But there's good and bad of CM Punk cashing in. You know what I'm saying? It advanced Punk's career to the next level, which is what it is. But I definitely think that um, I wish before the TNA stuff, the second TNA stuff started with Jeff, I do think that he should have had at least one like 8 month reign with the belt because he was hot enough, he was consistent enough, and you had a whole bunch of heels, so he could have wrestled forever with the belt. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like they always for a long time they didn't treat CM Punk like he mattered, and then they just automatically flipped the switch and they said he matters over like everything. So it was
Like
weird
they're cussing Vince the fuck out. That's what was going on.
for years. I think he was one of the people like when Cena came out at WrestleMania 23 to fight Shawn. I think it was or something like that. Um, I think Punk was either like one of the people that came out with like Cena's entrance one year. I don't know which show it was, but Cena's entrance had like people with like machine guns, like they're like in the mafia, and Punk was one of them. So he became like that, and then they just like started to move him up, slowly up the card. He wins 2 million to banks, cashes in both of them, cuts his hair off, and now he's the biggest star in the company. Like his rise was fucking crazy. But I mean, yeah, that's it. I can answer that question, then I'll shut up. If CM Punk doesn't cash in on Jeff, he doesn't get to where he's at to this current moment. That was one of the trampolines that he needed to be as relevant as he is today.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. So I just know if I open this comment on TikTok, I'm gonna go on a rant on this damn podcast. So
What
I'm
does
gonna
that mean?
wait until after the show is over to check my notifications because some arrogant asshole just commented under my shit and I don't feel like cussing anyone out.
All right.
So TJ's what if was, what if Sean and Hunter never took over NXT in 2012?
Hmm, I don't know. It
So,
would have died.
so is that like the transitioning from it being like a game show to what it is now?
I assume so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have died. The game show consisted of like some instance of like this may work, and then the women's was just the commentary.
Cody. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, and the commentary just saying all the women were trash for 2 hours. Michael Cole was just roasting the women for the entire show. Go back and watch it. I mean, it's something to look at now. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to be like angry about because that's just well, I ain't gonna lie. It definitely was something like why would Vince put that on TV and then tell commentary to bury it as it's on TV? And the women are trying to get onto Raw and SmackDown, and then you have commentary telling you that what you're watching at this current moment is trash and you should turn it off.
I never want to see Naomi with a colored bang ever again.
That's
I
what you
need
got from that?
I need those clips to stay off of Twitter. She said
Oh,
something about being like the original, like being one of the original like NXT baddies, and I was just like, but girl,
she's right. After going there rapping and dancing, they had her in there. Remember that?
she dressed up like the hamburger helper hand. That was part of NXT. That was a
I
thing.
don't recall that. I'm happy I don't. That
Look it up.
oh, no, I don't want to. I don't think I want to do
It was
that.
like
I
a
just say,
Halloween episode, and she was the only person who
oh,
was in
okay,
like the most unserious costume ever.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Deontay said, "What if CM Punk never left?"
What do you think CM Punk gonna play? Um, CM Punk never left. Shit, AEW never dies, or it dies a little bit slower. I think we're on the fast track to death for AEW just because, well, not death, but just
Classify if it was never left WWE or AEW. He just said, "What if CM Punk never left?"
up. I mean, I don't know. If he never left WWE, then, I mean, um, you had a bigger story to tell with him and Cena, but him leaving really led to that, and then like the last few months of Punk's run were like really bad for him anyway, so he had to get out of there. He was getting his ass beat by Ryback, and because Ryback wasn't a good wrestler, so Ryback was just fucking him up. So he had to
But
leave.
let Ryback tell it. CM Punk is the unsafe one.
There's actual footage of Ryback dropping Punk on his ass on concrete. So I mean, I don't really like the both of them, and I'm like saying, oh, one's right. But if I see one do that thing, and it's like, yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you know. He said sorry, so it's like, but I understand why Punk left. If it was mainly for that reason.
Nate the Great said, "What if
Forgot.
NXT and the PC never existed?" Well, then they would just have FCW. That would just exist forever. Because FCW was NXT prior to it becoming NXT. They always had they
Yeah.
had that, and I believe OVW was also theirs as well. They always had
Mhm.
like a performance, well, not a performance, but uh, um, a training
Developmental.
program. Yeah, a developmental program. Mark Henry said he was the first developmental wrestler in WWE. That's what he
Damn.
said.
I was the first nigga. No, but
So
the first dude to be developed.
you know, um, I think that the talent that they have now in NXT, or the talent that was in NXT and it was brought up to the main roster, some of the main roster superstars that we have now, um, probably would have had to train a little bit more harder to to get to the spots where they're in. because you have people like Bianca who never wrestled a day in her fucking life, and she's now the face of the fucking company on the women's side. Um, you have Mercedes Monet who, you know, started training at what, like 11, 12, 13, something like that, and
Fairly
has
young.
built this big name for herself all pretty much all around the world. And is
Hmm.
currently tanking her career in AEW, but that's neither here nor there. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, it's not really. It is her fault. She decided to go there. I was gonna try and sugarcoat it. It's no way to sugarcoat that.
No, it's most
Uh,
certainly her fault.
um,
Fortunately.
and then you have people, um, like Mello. It probably would have been a lot harder for him to get into WWE had it not been for NXT. And he came in at the tail end of Black and Gold going into 2.0, and he had been in the Indies. I believe he said at least 5, 6 years before he even did a tryout for WWE. So
A great man.
CVV was very good.
Well, I'm gonna tune into that. I'm
It,
gonna
it
lock into
helped. It helped me put up candy at work because the candy aisle is not for the weak. So Mello got me through that day.
I'll lock into that.
Deanna said, "What if Edge never broke his neck?
Oh shit, man.
Being forced into retirement and then like coming back the way he did. He was forced into retirement, became a Hall of Famer, and then just boom, pop. I didn't know that Rumble was on the day that Kobe passed. I did not know that. I learned
Yeah.
that today.
I was
I
crying all day and then it came out. I was like, oh shit. Whoa, that was
I
like,
was not
whoo.
watching the product at that point in time. I had a
Oh man.
glimpse of things. I feel like between 2018 to WrestleMania last year, I was in and out a lot, and I feel like that Hell in a Cell in 2018, I was just like, there's a lot going. That was the first time I ever saw Roman. I was like, there's a lot going on here. Niggas is getting thrown off cages. Mm, I don't know if I want to be back yet. And
Hey
I was
man.
like, slowly. Think it's good for me to touch that again.
That was a bad day, but a good night. Bad day, good night, man. That was one of the very few real surprises that I've gotten personally in the modern era. That's my favorite. That's still my greatest return. Better than Punk, better than Cena in 2008. Oh, on the line was Cena in 2008. But
No, you said it right the first better.
no, okay, the one no, I don't know. Cena come back in the Rumble was crazy. Cena come back in the Rumble was I don't know. That was a stacked Rumble too.
Oh, when he came back and then he beat Triple H.
Mhm. That moment of him walking out, come on, man. You don't that doesn't
Everybody popped. Triple H looked like he saw a ghost, and then
because he wasn't supposed to come back that fast. He recovered from tearing a muscle in like record time. It was ridiculous. He's a robot. That's why he used to go. Man,
what the fuck was that sound that just came out of him?
go.
He did it again.
Why he's MVP?
He said, "What if WCW won in the '90s and bought WWE? There would be no WWE. Sorry,
Yeah, that's like a worst case scenario thing. I ain't gonna lie.
there would be no WWE.
But
But
then
we would
then
not be
the
sitting here.
entire everything changes from that point. Like I do think Vince would end up just making a new wrestling company and saying, "Oh, try again." You know what I'm saying? He would have just because he's a pretentious weirdo.
That's his
But
father's legacy. I don't think he would have just gave up like that.
no, giving up was not in his thing. He would have just made it if it came to the point where he just like lost it. He would have just made a new one and then started from the bottom.
Oh, like he's doing now. We don't know if that's gonna be a wrestling company, but
I sure
he's
hope
doing
not.
something at this current moment. I think he should just sit down and retire and age badly, as he's currently doing.
Ain't about to trust you that.
Back into the what ifs. Let me talk to y'all real quick.
Uh-oh.
Wrestling fans. Linda McMahon being appointed the Secretary of Education, of Education for the United States, is not for y'all to cheer about. It is not for y'all to associate Vince with the educational portion of the country. Because the motherfuckers ain't been together in years. They just haven't gotten a divorce, and I wouldn't change my last name either. There's a lot of women out here who leave their niggas and keep their last name. Um, this is not a victory for WWE. This is not a victory for wrestling fans. Y'all should take this more seriously. But at the same time, as somebody who grew up in the state of Connecticut and um, Linda was around when I was growing up in the school systems, um, not saying that she's not qualified for the job, but she should know what the fuck to do. Um, Project 2025 is what y'all should be worrying about and seeing if she can do something to like not let that shit be a thing. As far as like the school systems goes, I don't know what the fuck else is in that shit that is super scary as a whole. So s- celebrating her being on the board is not something y'all should be doing. Back from our commercial break. Phil
All
said,
right.
"What if Brian Danielson didn't have to retire the first time in WWE?"
I don't know. Brian was kind of falling into the same spot Punk was, of like he had his peak and then the dwindle down was starting. He had a very good heel run towards the end, and I do think I'm standing on this forever. Roman's best match, as far as his tribal chief, was against Brian. That last SmackDown match. That's still one of my favorite Roman Reigns matches of all time. Like I talk about that match too much. That shit was, even though I knew Brian was gonna lose, that shit was very, 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 very great. You know,
Was
but
was the retirement after he had like the wooden belt? Was that around like Kofi Mania or no? Kofi Mania was after that.
no, I think. Damn, now I can't remember. Can't remember that the timelines are like clashing in my head.
You know what I just realized? We've been kind of like playing in Mercedes' face, and she's looking you right in your face. I can see her like right now.
Yeah, yeah. I thought about that, and I was like, I wonder if anyone sees that. Yeah,
I just
yeah,
happened to look in the corner.
yeah. She's been right here the entire time. Most of it. Let me see, because hold on.
The eco-friendly belt
Um,
is and hit.
that was a good heel run though. The belt was terrible. I
It
do
could
like
be a good run, but the belt was terrible. I've seen replicas. It's not good. Not good.
okay, so he left. He bid farewell in 2016.
Okay.
Now I need to. I don't remember when he won the championship again. I don't remember where he won it from.
Well, when was Kofi Mania? Come on, black man. You're supposed to know that off the top of your head.
No, I'm talking about who did he beat to get to that point. Oh, he beat AJ.
AJ Styles is doing okay.
Absolutely. I'm looking at Brian turning heel on AJ Styles right now, so I'm thinking that Brian he beat AJ Styles in 2018, and then that's when the championship run started. I think. I had to go on Peacock and like look at this stuff. And I obviously remember when he lost to Kofi, but you know.
If he didn't have to retire, he would be a jobber, is what you're saying.
No, I don't think he'll be a jobber. I think he'll just be floating until AEW came around because he was one of the first people to come in like during like that really hot period for AEW. Him and Adam Cole. So I mean, that kind of messes with the timeline of AEW's peak. Brian's a huge part of that.
Person left like several.
Oh shit.
This comes from someone named Jen. It says, "What if Brett Owen didn't use the zip line? What if Austin's neck was never broken? What if TBS executive hadn't killed and then sold off WCW?" Damn, that's kind of crazy.
But then WCW would still be probably I think WCW would have still lived, you know, as Lash is gonna see soon. It got to a point where the shows were really good, and then Under came around, and then other shows came around, and then the decline started, and the decline was bad. So it's like
Yes, because they're on TNT what I'm watching, or was the
I don't remember the timelines.
okay? I was gonna say were there shows like on separate networks? Because I didn't start Thunder at all. I don't know when
No, I
Thunder
mean
started.
Thunder started. It wasn't like the second half. It's Thunder started like almost halfway there because Ted Turner wanted um more WCW shows because it was doing well, but at the time it wasn't really needed. So it start again. Like, everything in WCW starts off really well, and then in a very short time dropped. So it's just like I don't remember the timelines. I have to watch the documentary again. I don't remember the exact timelines though, but um, yeah, if the channels don't try to destroy WCW, WCW probably would not have died, or it wouldn't have died as quick. You know what I'm saying? Um, if Owen didn't use the zip line, he wouldn't have died that night. That's as simple as that. You know, or even if he did use the zip line and it was just more secure and it didn't break. That was just a freak accident. So unfortunately, there wasn't. The only thing you think of is just that he didn't come out with that entrance. He just came out like anyone else would,
Because
and it
they've
wouldn't have
used
happened.
it since. I know Sean has done an entrance like that. Logan did one at 39. Um,
Yeah,
so I think they learned from their mistakes with that whole situation. The one thing that I to this day still don't understand is why the show continued.
yeah. I don't know how you continue to wrestle a show after a wrestler just died like right there, and there's like still blood on the mat, and then the people like the crowd. I don't know how even the crowd could it. I don't even think they saw it. I think the lights were off, and then he just fell. So lights come back on. People at home are confused. That was just a whole. Eventually, like, oh, the show has to go on. No, it don't. No, no, it does not.
The referee was for that match,
No.
Teddy Long.
Damn, that's crazy.
He was in the ring when it happened.
That's fucked up. Damn. No. Yeah, if a wrestler dies in the ring, you should end the show. Or if you think he may have died, end the show. Because people like that's still a human. I don't care about it's not a play. Well, the show must go on. They hurt their leg. No, someone just died right here. Cut the damn TV show off. I've seen that happen in concerts where like someone would die and they were like, you know what,
He didn't
we're done.
have to refund all those people. That's what that was.
Fuck that shit. That's why Vince is the person that he is because I'm not going to get into him, but it's just yeah, the show should have ended, and if he never got in the zip line, he would not have died that night. So
What's so crazy is I went
fortunate.
to go figure out what year that was because I do remember that happening. Like that's one of my like wrestling memories that I have like from a kid.
Mm.
I was 5 when that shit happened. So for that to be one of my like wrestling memories is crazy. Like I remember seeing that shit and not seeing clips, like actually seeing it.
And that was weird. I learned like a lot. I remember when I was like, remember the days of YouTube where they would drop the videos with the blue screen and the white letters. That's when I was like when I first started watching YouTube. Damn, I'm old as shit. Some of you, I ain't gonna know about that. Back in the day, man. Oh my god, YouTube with the sad music. They used to. I learned what?
What?
I'm old. I'm old. I am.
I just said
No people.
I remember seeing it at the age of 5, and you gonna call yourself old. You were born the year after this shit happened. but you're
What
old.
did you want me to say to you? Like, what was that? What was I supposed to?
You're not old.
I'm,
You're
there's
you
gonna be
have a
kids that don't
you have
know
an
that.
old soul, but you're not old.
I don't have an old soul. I'm not doing this with you right now. Wait, what is it? What do you mean by old soul? Actually, I'm intrigued by it.
You're a young man who acts about 45.
I am 45.
Anyway, YouTube, green screen,
But yeah,
screen, white
Blues.
letters.
No, that's when I realized all of the wrestlers died. Like one day, I remember my mom used to work like far as shit, and I used to get I was getting babysat by my aunt, and she had the first Mac. Like remember when the Mac came out, but like it was like 2012 when it like the new Mac desktop came out, like when they first introduced Safari. And I remember sitting in the computer, and I only had Internet Explorer, so I didn't know what the fuck how to get onto like Google. I didn't know what it was. I pressed Safari. I was like, oh shit. So I didn't. I thought Safari was like for animals and shit. But anyway, that was I was like 11. One day I looked up. It's like I'm like 3 years into learning what wrestling is. I was like, damn, I don't know what wrestlers like were before. So then I started learning about Eddie and shit. And then I read in the comments, he was like, he died. I was like, damn, he dead. So then I looked up a full compilation of wrestlers that passed away. And I was just sitting there really sad. I'm watching this in 2011. So Tess is already dead. Eddie acted dead. Um,
Being alive and actively watching when Eddie and Chris Benoit um were removed from Earth was crazy. I
yeah, I
remember
didn't,
Eddie's tribute episode like it was yesterday. I I
didn't,
I, I do. The 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 Chris Benoit one I have far removed from my brain, but last night on TikTok before I went to sleep, these William Regal videos kept popping up and he was talking about it and the whole JBL coming up to him and being like, "Hey, do you think he has something to do with it?" Um aspect of all of that shit was just like, ugh. I didn't find out Tess died until like 6 months ago. That shit broke my heart. That was my
yeah,
childhood crush on top of Triple H. I had a thing for white blonde wrestlers when I was a kid. Triple H, Tess, Edge. Yep.
like Kelly was
No.
me.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, I like
Trish
Kelly.
Stratus.
Whoa!
I don't know if you guys remember Tori, not Tori Wilson, but Tori. She was a part of DX for a little bit. She used to be around X Pac. Amazing woman. My character in SmackDown, the first game, WWF SmackDown, was like literally had all of her like everything, her gear, her fucking stats, all of that shit. But I came out to China's music, as I do to this day on WW2K24. Yep.
That's why I think I remember Macho Man died. I was in middle school. Kinda died. I was in middle school, maybe. I don't remember what year she died. 14? Yeah, I was in middle school. What year did China die?
China died in 2016. She died
Yep, I was in middle school.
either the same day or within the same week of Prince. I know it was a hard day in this household.
Oh god.
I was not playing with nobody.
Prince died. I don't think I talked to an adult in my family. They were all on the floor. They were Yo, I got home, my mom didn't say shit. I was like, damn, I got from school. I didn't know what was
I
going
was
on.
on a Prince stand, so you can imagine how quiet it was in this house. And the shrine just
My,
started
my
to
house was
build.
loud.
Mm-mm.
I heard Purple Rain all night. I was,
We
man,
actually thought that she was gonna leave work early, and she didn't. She worked the whole day and then came home and was just quiet.
who's a wrestler? Who's like a celebrity? Like if they passed away, you would leave work early for.
Uh, I don't know if there's somebody I would leave work from for early for, but there was somebody I called out for
Yeah.
when Tony Braxton's sister, passed away. Yo,
Um,
my aunt passed away. I cannot. come to work. I did not go to Starbucks that day. It did not happen.
That's crazy.
I laid in my bed and played Last Call on repeat and watched Braxton Family Values all day. Where was I going? Shit.
I don't know.
Because it wasn't to work.
That was that old. Cause that's the shit now. Cause like I remember that's when I learned that Jeff Hardy's dog died, and that was like in the middle of the Matt and Jeff feud. They were like trying to tell the story that Matt killed the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then I found out the dog died. I was like, and again, I'm very young at this point, so I'm very impressionable. Then there was a death rumor that Matt died, and those videos might be still on YouTube. That there were rumors that he died, and there were rumors that Bobby Lashley died. There were a lot of wrestling like rumors that they weren't true back in that time period for some reason. Um,
Trying to figure out why Vince ever tried to like fake his death and then he had to like cut that entire program and be like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore.
yeah, because some really bad happened. It just the fact that it happened like a week, like he didn't even get a chance to like try the storyline. I think it,
Had already exploded.
yeah, but he didn't even get a chance to like, okay, what do we do from here? It was just no, you got to cut this now because now we're in a totally different place. But it was like watching back now and like seeing certain stuff and like even when seeing freaking Ashley Massaro, I was watching some show and she came out. She had pyro and a whole bunch. I didn't know. I didn't know that. And then knowing her situation now, it's just like it's heartbreaking seeing that shit. But it's weird how things have changed. It's weird, like if you watch current product and then you watch how stuff was back then. It's like, and then you know what you know now about the negative of that period of time. It takes away from how fun it was as a kid. Not to the point where like you stop watching because it's still a point of like reference when you like want to talk about old storyline and stuff. But it's something I think all wrestling fans should know. I think a lot of wrestling fans these days only know what's happening now. You should know what happened before. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it was better, and a lot of it was worse. But you should know the good, the bad, and the indifferent for this whole thing.
Recently in a Discord server where like certain people talk about certain things and then when it's like you bring up like super older stuff, they're like, well, I never saw that. You have access to Peacock. You have access to YouTube. There's like a
Yeah,
1,001 fan made documentaries all over the place. There's no excuse why you don't know anything. Because the question was proposed of like, what the fuck have you watched? That's like not this recent stuff. And that person simply
yeah.
just could not answer the question. So I answered it for them and said, not a damn thing. That's exactly what my response was.
Hmm. We get a lot of good out of watching like what happened in the past, and a
That's
lot of
why I
it, like I
found you
said, it's not
WCW.
good. Yeah, a lot of it is bad. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Divas era. There's a lot of really bad fluff in there, but then you
Even
have
the
some really good
second
stuff.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, you know, and just the like overall interpretation of women in the company for that long period of time was really, really, really bad. Um, then it kind of makes you appreciate what happened in like the years soon after, and then when AJ and Nikki and all of them started to rise up like that, and the Divas era, and then we got into the Four Horsewomen, everything changed so fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. I think you should learn the positive and the negative about this company. This company's been around for a very long time, and you'll learn a lot about how things went. It's all right there for you.
Um, prompted me to even go into watching WCW was an interview that Eric Bischoff did, and I was just like, his life rather interesting. He said he started selling bottle caps at the age of 5 to like get a bus ticket to go to his cousin's house to watch wrestling because his like mom pissed him off. Like, so he was about to run away from home to go watch wrestling at his cousin's house,
Little button caps, man.
and then he was so intrigued with the industry and he was selling something and he like ended up getting a commercial on like AWA when it was coming on and ended up working for the company and then branched out and he tried to work with WWE at first and that just didn't work out. And then that's how he ended up over at WCW. Like his story is pretty fucking dope, and he's a chatterbox. I really enjoyed that. That Monday. First of all, guys, I don't really work Mondays, so for me to have been at work on a Monday, that interview helped me because
And
I'm usually in my bed on Mondays. So for me to have been at work, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna bust this down, and it was very interesting. I learned a lot. I didn't realize that they were filming at Disney, what is now Disney Hollywood Studios, but back then it was Disney's MGM. So I didn't realize that they were filming there at some point. That's pretty dope to know. Um and yeah, I'm gonna do another deep dive. I think I made it through like 2.5 episodes. I'm gonna start episode 3 over again because Kai Cenat decided to have Dashy and Chris Brown on last night on his stream. So that's where my distraction came in. I could have been a lot further into season 1 had I not been lured in by the Gen Zs and the millennials mixing it up last night.
that point.
You have anything else
If you
for
want,
us this week? What?
if you want to go quicker, if you don't watch weekly shows, you could just go like pay per views.
I don't like doing stuff like that. And I've also leading up to this year's Survivor Series, during my workouts, I've been watching old Survivor Series. So I'll just go on Discord and be like, what year should I watch? I
That's
got
some really good
I,
shows back then, man.
I got the was that 2009 was the most recent one that I watched, I believe. Yeah, 2009. Um Interesting. Very interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah. They should definitely bring back the brand versus brand matches. I don't know why we've been stuck in war games for the last 3 years, but let's bring back the brand versus brand stuff and bring NXT in too. That's how I feel.
I think they only stopped the brand versus brand stuff because the drafts were so close together, and they're like they'll be there for 6 months, and it's like, oh, I'm Team Blue. You were just on a roll a few months ago. How are you Team Blue right now? Like, there's no brand loyalty if we're doing drafts so frequently. Plus, draft really doesn't matter once we get to a certain part of the year. They'll say, oh, nah, they don't. They're here now. And they'll just put the SmackDown nameplate over them on Raw, and they're like, why are they here? You know,
The Shield versus the New Day. Great match. That was a great Survivor Series match. Why Roman was the only one who didn't come out with the half Raw, half Shield shirt on? Beyond me. But that shows us who the fuck he is any goddamn way.
he doesn't like matching. He doesn't like solidarity.
The shirt when they invaded SmackDown. So why didn't you wear the shit to the pay per view the next day?
I don't get it.
Everybody else got their shit on. Like,
Get it. Get it off.
I watched that one. I watched 2011. I started 2010 and then I got bored. Um, I watched Batista beat the dog shit out of Rey Mysterio. Is what I did. That was nasty. Terrible. Frightening. I know Ray hates to go to DC. That all the flashbacks in the
Oh,
world. All the flashbacks in the world.
I know what I wanted to ask you.
What's up?
I was watching a podcast the other day, and one of the members said, "Shout out James from Deadlock Podcast. Deadlock Podcast is one of the greatest podcasts in wrestling history." Um, he said that he thinks wrestling died after WrestleMania 17.
Like the wrestling, like the physical wrestling aspect, or like the storytelling, or like the entire show as a whole. Because I feel like wrestling has become more storytelling than it has become like actual physical combat.
I mean, like the atmosphere of what wrestling used to be changed after Stone Cold and Rock had their WrestleMania match. like that's what started the decline to get to the point where we like got to PG era was like the dark period and then the uptick again. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Like it, whether people like it or not. Until January, and then uh, goes 3 hours PG-14,
That's the thing. I was
and
like,
supposedly SmackDown is gonna be TVMA, but I highly fucking doubt that.
out of here. Ain't gonna do that. Big bugging. Well, I mean, 'cause only thing with that is I do see the like there was a lot more energy in the fans ending in like 2005, and then like when we started to move into like the 2010s era, that's when like we started to see less signs, more cell phones, and the shows got worse. But if you look at the energy, like that, they used to do a, I forget before what WrestleMania was. It was I think whatever WrestleMania was last in Philadelphia before 40. Like, I don't remember what the show was. They did a WrestleMania pre-show, but it was a concert. Big Pun was there,
Yeah, I
a
didn't
whole
know
bunch. It was a whole party, and they were in there wilding. It's like the fans in that era of wrestling are totally different to like if they were to do something like that today. There was much more intensity.
too fucking much.
Yeah, there was more energy, there was more intensity, there was something that was there that hasn't been there, and it never will be there again
Drugs.
because just wrestling that too, you know what I'm saying? Wrestling itself won't be present like that gritty. That's what I've been trying like to chase that feeling again. I've been trying to chase the feeling of like when wrestling was like the gritty, you don't know if it's real thing. Over the years, we all know it's a show, we all know it's premeditated, we all know this stuff, and now it's more of a TV show than it is just like a feeling. When I fell in love with wrestling, it was a feeling. It's not really a feeling for me now. It's more like a occurrence, if that makes sense. But
Made a statement of if he ran WWE the way that he wanted to, the show would die. Take that as you will.
well, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, if he ran it like starting today or before?
Becomes about what I want, the show will die. Triple H uh, has been at the forefront of WWE for nearly 30 years since his debut in 1995. During his career, Triple H had the front row seats as a performer of all of the major eras, including the Attitude, Ruthless Aggression, and the PG era. Triple H became a multi-world title. Okay, here's the quote. Nobody actually texted me during the show because why did this thing refresh? Because they know I'm not going to answer for the most part. It's interesting, the different points of views. I know guys who come across many different generations, and I think that there are some older performers that look at the way the kids perform today and say they're not doing it right. They need to do it. They need to do all of this. I get that. But it's the way the kids consume it today. There is a saying about when things start to leave you in life. The first thing that it goes is music. How so many people, as you get older, um, music today sucks. Back in the day, um, that's when they made good music. People put their hearts and their souls into it, and there's no real emotion, and there's like, no, you're just old, dude. Yeah, the stuff da 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 da, your generation, and learn it in a certain way. But the kids today learn it in a different way, and what they see and what they think is cool, then what you need to give to them. I can't control that. I learned this 30 years the hard way, and in no way, shape, or form about it is what I want. It's all about what they want. If it becomes what I want, then the show will die. It's about what they want in overall big picture. Triple H wants y'all to go back to throwing yourselves around on the mats and like just, shit just existing and stuff.
Hmm, man, that's interesting. I wonder what he was like planning. I wonder what was like what he would like. don't know. That's weird. Very weird, actually. See, now I'm thinking about that. That's gonna be something I'll be thinking about all day now. That's crazy.
Like what he means by that?
Yeah.
Well, let's remember like how the show was ran like back back then. Like what he came up working in. If he ran it like that, you niggas is not watching that.
Yeah. But I think I still would because that would be a more gritty version. But like wrestling fans today are much different than they were before. And like, yeah, they
People are still arguing about Liv and Rhea on the timeline every single day,
they
and
be
they're just
arguing for real. Like they be angry. I'm like, yo,
like in group chats calling each other out their names. Like it's ridiculous. Like you take it off the timeline into the DMs, you're doing too much. Why are you
over a
DMing
bad
me
feud is
cussing me
crazy.
out? Like that's just it's just too much.
Like
And
we
then
ain't even talking about like no Shawn Undertaker. We talking about Liv and Rhea. Like
and then
the
it's like
feud isn't.
y'all doing all of this, and these women are friends outside of work.
Even if they weren't, even if they weren't, why am I DMing you mad because you like Rhea Ripley? We're in a. I think that's what I've been thinking about. The fans are such a big part of it. We can't have certain parts of what WWE used to be because now it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same kind of program, and people wouldn't like it for multiple different reasons. For good, bad, any different, people just would not like it, and it would just become more of a nuisance than it would become a TV show. So it has to be what it is now. You know, this is you gotta just live with it. It can't be what it used to be. But like I said, for the good and the bad, it's what it is.
Anything else?
Um, Jeff and Matt Hardy are coming to NXT to win the tag team titles at some point in 2025. Full prediction. And we're going to see the Rocket Survivor Series in some way, shape, or form. And one last
Moana 2 right now, and he's currently filming the live action Moana. We're not seeing Dwayne for a while, in my
okay.
opinion. In my opinion, you know.
Remember who what? Hey, come back to this podcast next week. If I'm right, I want y'all to send me a 5-piece spicy tender meal from Popeyes. I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? Um, if she's right, send her like a Chris Brown T-shirt or the same meal. I think she'll like it. You like Popeyes chicken, don't you?
But I was looking to promote something. I thought you had something to promote. You started talking about chicken.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't have anything to promote. I mean, no, I, I, shit.
Not even grabbed the correct shirt. I don't know what this is. I don't see my name on it. Guys, I have a t-shirt shop. I'll just make a lower third for it and call it a day. I would grab the shirts that me and Lafa wearing to SmackDown next month, but that's too far behind me, and I thought my Solo Sokoa Tribal Chief shirt was in this drawer next to me, and it's not. But yeah,
Better shirts than the WWE shop. You know what I'm saying? So go
they
handle that.
cost about the same, but they're definitely better.
For quality, yeah.
I'm currently working on like an airbrush series. I started out with the Divas Championship with every diva that's ever won the title, so that'll be dropping soon. Um, I think that's it. Um, we've been chit chatting here for 2 hours and 4 minutes. Um,
True.
I have to actually edit this now because you guys can see us rather than just extract the audio and just post up. Um, all the links and stuff to all of our socials will be in the bio of this here episode. We have a YouTube channel now, which is where the podcast is going to be going. The podcast is no longer going to be on my YouTube channel. Once YouTube stops being a bitch, I can go ahead and set up so all the episodes will move from my channel over to the new channel. Um, First video is doing pretty well, which is just us reacting at Stand and Deliver live and in color, and Loft losing a bet because he talked mad shit and then Mello got pinned. So if you guys want to see that, that is up on our YouTube channel. It is a YouTube short. It's 34 seconds. It's not that bad. Um,
What the hell was that?
that was Mello getting knocked upside his head.
Did you hear that?
No. Um,
The fuck this from?
I
Get my
just
dad's here.
say like, comment, and subscribe for YouTube purposes.
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartMedia, Amazon Music.
Like the video. If you like the video, subscribe if you didn't subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below what you want us to talk about in the next podcast. We're gonna see you on the flip side.